Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias, and welcome back to Forever Stranded. In the last episode, we were working on Applied Energistics, and trying to make, well, basically this guy. So this is the automation that we're going to go with for automating all of the different inscriber presses for all of the different processors. And as you can see, I've moved things over a little bit. So my idea is these cobblestone blocks are not going to be permanent, but we'll come down here to the basement and we'll have an entrance like here. I like three wide doors, so something like this. And obviously it's going to go that way once I get this area taken care of a little bit better. But yeah, so this will be the Applied Energistics system, and it will go back to about here. I think over in this area, let's actually just kind of line this up. Because I think that's enough space for this system, for the storage system. This guy will be moved into this area, probably on the other side. And what we'll probably end up doing is dividing this entire base into thirds. And then I don't know how many rooms each side is going to have, but as you can see, I have a little bit more separation here, and it's not even, but that is okay. So what I could probably do is something like this, and have a door here and a door here, and then whatever I want to have in this section. It might just be a hallway with the basement down here. I don't know yet, but I'm still planning things. I have no idea what kind of blocks we're going to be using or anything like that, but just kind of trying to get an idea of where things are going to be. So this system is pretty easy to kind of describe, so let's go ahead and go through it real quick. It's basically a modified version of what we did last time. The biggest thing that changed is outputs are on the right, and this guy has more connectors. I believe he needs all four. I might be able to get away with a third here. In fact, we can probably see if we just change this to red, always active, and just turn that to active with signal. I don't know why that visual glitch happens, but let's pop up here for a second, grab silicon. What are we gonna want? Let's get more gold. So we'll need redstone and gold. So theoretically, if we put all this stuff in there into this chest, we will get in a second everything back. So as you can see, everything goes off, and it is pretty quick other than the actual machines, and it should work perfectly, to be honest. The only thing is that there will be backup. Alright, so that works, so we don't actually need these two here. Perfect. That makes it a little bit more compact. Makes it look a little bit nicer. Now, eventually we will put a interface on here and have all this completely automated, but right now that is not too much of a concern. But we'll get there. I don't think we're going to work with automating Applied Energistics today. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on the upper portion of the base and do some quests. So basically, this extracts on green and it's always active. And all four of these guys insert on green with the filters that we had last time, based on whatever inscriber press they have. So that is pretty basic. And then all of these guys, so the bottom three, which is the logic, calculation, and engineering presses, extract on brown, whereas the top guy, the silicon, extracts on blue. And this is where things get weird. So this guy inserts on green for redstone only. So any redstone that goes in the chest will go straight here. And then we have brown going in the top, which is one of these three. It doesn't matter which, because it just matters on what we're making. So if we're making more than one thing at a time, so if we're making logic and calculation processors, for example, they will wait in here until there is space. So that's the only gimmick to this, but that's perfectly acceptable. And then blue goes in the bottom, so only silicon will go in the bottom. That way we don't have any mix-ups with just I don't think it can happen, but that way we don't have any mix-ups. So redstone will only go into the middle, the press will only go into the top, and the silicon will only go into the bottom. And then it's extracted on red, which goes straight back to the chest. Now, eventually we'll put a interface, like right on top of this chest, which will dump the items into the chest. And we'll just turn the red off here and put it onto the interface. And that's pretty much it. In fact, we could probably go ahead and do that. But like I said, I don't think that's important right now. I need to clear out more space, which kind of brings me to the next thing I want to really quickly talk about. I'm going to tear up these farms. And one of the big things I should probably do is we're going to take this soul vial. Or do we have... We have a golden lasso. Let's go ahead and use the golden lasso. And we're going to pick up this chicken. Perfect. And let's go ahead and grab the glass itself. And we'll just put that in there with the chicken. And I don't know if this farm is going to be remade or not. I haven't decided that yet. It might just stay here for now. But this farm will get picked up. And why? The reason being is we're basically going to take it and probably put it downstairs. But I just need to kind of work on getting as much area as I can taken care of with like getting the cobblestone roof and getting all the sand cleared out. And that just takes time more than anything. And I haven't had much time to prep on this, so that's the thing. Now these farms, the soul sand farm will get moved, and we don't need the water farm anymore. But the clay farm will also go down with the soul sand farm. And then what we'll do with this cactus farm is turn it into a dirt farm. So that's the plans. We're gonna make things nicer with these item conduits, and eventually we'll make some diamond spikes and make things, make everything good. So the other thing that we're gonna work on relatively soon is getting the Enderman spawner a little bit more automated, by which I mean a lot more, and wired up to power and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is pretty much all I have to say about most of the stuff. Otherwise, it's just kind of waiting on things to process and do their thing. So let's look into what we can get done today. I'm probably gonna need more food. Yep. What do we have? We have, it's been eaten twice. We can eat some fried eggs. What kind of stuff can we make? We can make some applesauce. Make 2 of those. Cooked calamari, that's not bad. Bamboo. Steamed rice. I'll take that. And cucumber salads. Scrambled eggs, fruit salads. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be good. So let's get another cooked calamari, and that'll just take a second to do its thing, and we'll be good to go. So that cooks weird. Oh, because it does the animation. And it takes a little bit longer in here actually, but that's whatever. I don't care too much. So that should be enough food for a good while. And let's go ahead and start looking at some of these quests. So I guess one thing real quick we could probably do. I want to see, how bad is it to make ME conduits? Not terrible. Just some conduit binder, quartz fiber, and flux crystals. So we have some flux crystals. We just need quartz fiber, which takes nether quartz, which we should have a bit of. And actually, we don't want that. We want this stuff. And let's make some ME. Some of this ME conduit. Now there's also dense conduits, which is actually pretty cheap. And the whole idea with this stuff is if we can make this, then what we can do is make our base a little bit more efficient with in regards to like getting different things taken care of. Now, something I am going to probably end up doing is putting machines up here so that I don't have to come down here for all these guys. But what we're going to do real quick is, let's furnace only, let's cook the sand up. We're going to make some ME conduit. And the reason that we want this Ender IO ME conduit is because we can put it alongside with this energy conduit. And then what we're going to also do is we need to make a storage bus. Now, what kind of quests do we have with this stuff? We need import-export buses. Alright, so let's take a look at those. Let's just look up bus, because that should cover everything. What we're going to want is an import-export bus, which requires 2 pistons and an interface. Export bus and import bus are also pistons, iron, and the cores. So all in all, it's not too bad to do any of them. We'll worry about the import-export buses later. But for right now, let's go ahead and we need 2 pistons. So let's grab 2 of these. Grab 2 slime balls and grab some glass. Alright, we should be good to go. And there's 1 piston. Here is the other. This guy gets a slime ball. And then we just make an interface. So I need one more, a single piece of iron. That's not iron. That is aluminum something. What is that? Titanium aluminide. That's a weird name. Invar, do we have steel down here? We do not. Alright, so steel is something we're going to need to make. So let's go ahead and grab a block of iron, 2 blocks of coal, and we'll get that cooking up because we're going to want to do some immersive engineering stuff today. So we'll get these guys going. But yeah, so the plan is I'm going to start just tearing down a lot of the old base, and we'll kind of go from there and start setting things up a little bit nicer and whatnot. Just make things look better. So there's that. This guy and that guy, and there is the storage bus that I want. Now we should be able to go ahead and make the quartz fiber. Put those there. Cover them in conduit, binder, and that should be everything we need for this really cool thing I want to do. And that is, hopefully there's enough. I guess let's just do this underneath. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a storage bus right here. And we can't connect that directly, but all we have to do is grab a normal glass fiber cable and put it there. So that should connect up once we get this guy moved all the way over there. So I don't think I have enough of this stuff on second look, but will basically allow me to use more channels and hopefully connect this decently well. Yeah, I'm stuck in the water. We're gonna need just a little bit more. So let's cover this up. And I can always place cable facades for that if we want to, if we need to, anything like that. But it's really not that important. So we just need to pop up here, make some more quartz fibers and all that kind of fun stuff, and we can get this taken care of pretty simply. Just do that many. Alright, so that should be enough to connect us all the way over. And we'll just do something like that. And so what we should see here in a moment, assuming that connects, is we should see all of our metals. And we do. Now there is a little bit of a bugginess with this setup. Essentially, the storage bus and the droid controller, they have no problem usually. The issue is that whenever we use compacting drawers, it will see both items in the inventory. So it will say we both have, let's just shift click and see, 103 compressed flint and 933 flint. Now we don't. We have 103 plus 6 flint. We have 103 compressed flint plus 6 flint. We have a total of 933. But the system will see both. And that will get messy later with auto crafting, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It shouldn't cause too many issues for us, but it can. It's just something good to note. But now we have access to all of our metals up here and anything we put in that drawer system, which is really cool. So, do we have any of the steel yet? That is the next question. We don't quite have any. So let's look at some quests. We need to make things with Ender IO. We need to make gun turrets. Don't really care about that. I am kind of looking around to see if we can find the next life up, but not seeing it. So we do need to make the hollow projector. And for some reason I got iron nuggets and platinum. I must have accidentally grabbed them. So we can put those in there, no problem. So I just want to see how bad is the hollow projector to make. This is from Advanced Rocketry, and it is optical sensors. Actually pretty easy. Just some iron, gold, and glass with a little bit of glowstone. So you know what? Let's go ahead and make that. We're gonna need 2 gold and 1 iron, metal formed. And let's make sure we turn that on so we use our power. Now eventually we'll want to get IC2 kind of a little bit better situated, but for right now it's not that big of a deal. We're going to need glass panes, which luckily we have enough. Actually, we might have... There's some glass. We don't have any glass panes in there, but we might have some laying around. So we'll probably want to look before we do too much more. One of the first things we're going to be working on, by the way, when we automate the rest of Applied Energistics, which the only reason I'm not doing that today is because I need more space. I would like to clear out a little bit more of this area. But once we do, the first thing we're going to automate is getting more drives. So we should be able to make this now. We need 2 optical sensors. And there is the hollow projector. So that should be the quest. We're going to get item placeholder. That doesn't really help us. So titanium iridium. So these rods, titanium iridium or titanium alamide, I believe we have access to both of those. So there is that. Oh, that's a witch up above. Do we not have access to titanium iridium alloy? No, it doesn't seem like we do. We need iridium And that is iridium ore of some sort. So there's got to be a way to get that pulverized. It comes from platinum ore. And it might want... Now, how useful is this stuff? Are we going to need it for the gears? Gears are not used. So the rods are really not used. Might be a useless thing. That makes the rocket engine, though. We are going to need some of it. The titanium alamide is not needed. And the rocket motor, I don't know that we want, but the low pressure tank should be pretty easy to make, I believe. It is just iron. Yeah, that's really easy. So let's go ahead and take this titanium iridium alloy rods, because why not? Let's open our loot chest. We got some stone, and we have half a heart. Now this holo projector, shift right click opens machine selection interface. Alright, so it tells you how to make stuff. And how do we get rid of that? I don't know how to get rid of that, but okay, you can just break them. Cool. Alright, so that is going to be useful for when we're making more machines, but right now it's not super useful. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff in here. And let's take a look at, so the next one is it wants the small plate presser, and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty easy stuff. The small plate presser, I believe, is just a piston, maybe? It is a piston with a little bit more iron. So that's really easy, but do we need it right now? I don't know. We'll get into advanced rocketry a little bit later. It's so close. So once this is done, we'll have our steel. And let's get out of this one. So basic survival, we still need to kill 5 more skeletons. You know what? That might not be too terrible of a thing to ask of us at this point. If I can find any skeletons. It is night, so let's go ahead, let's get our bow out. And let's find some skeletons. Those are witches. I don't really want to mess with them. I don't know why the zombie AI really likes... So, they really like the, one by one hole. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and then these guys I do believe count as well. Those are the, what are they called? Wraiths? Are they called wraiths? I think they are. God, I am behind on knowing vanilla mechanics and vanilla mobs. There's so much. I haven't played vanilla in so long. So let's just really want to just get up here. We need to kill this one last guy, and that should be the quest for mob hunting. No, we need 2 more, so those guys didn't count. So let's go find... We literally just need 2 more skeletons. And that is not a skeleton. The invisible. The dwellers are really cool. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them, actually. Really cool mob, but kind of annoying. Because, well, invisible. Invisible's not always fun, so let's just pop back in here. And I really wish we could have found... We can still find 2 more skeletons. They'll be burning up, but it should be... There's one. We just have to kill it. We just have to get the landing blow. Oh, come on. That should have counted. And we're not going to get another one. So we literally just need 1 more skeleton. So if I remember at night, if we have another night, we'll go ahead and do that. So do we have our stuff yet? Almost. Come on. It's literally there. So once this is done, what we're going to do is we're going to try to finish making the steel, and we'll start working towards... Oh, come on. You are literally there. Why won't you make? Finish making. Alright, well, the thing that we're working towards is in Tinkapow, which is the water wheel segments. So we need to make 4 water wheel segments. So let's go ahead and look at that. Water wheel segments. It is... Oh, it's just treated wood. We don't even need the steel at this point. So... Hey, a zombie pigman. Let's go ahead and chop down the tree. So this will give us the treated wood, and should be pretty easy to get this quest done. I thought we were going to have to make the actual water wheels, but if we don't need steel. So it's a win-win. And I'm going to put this stuff back in here. I'm not going to make any more trees for the time being. Let's go ahead and kill this guy, though. And there we go. Get some gold. Don't really care about the sword, but whatever. So we have creosote oil. We can put that into the system. Alright, I just want to make sure that we don't have any treated wood just lying around, because that would not be productive with making sure we have enough things. Like, I don't want to waste resources if I don't have to, but so far it's not looking too good. Oh my god, I hate the door. We have a little bit of treated wood. I don't know why these guys don't stack together, but they don't. Let's see, none in there. Any more in here? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to need 4 of these guys, so we need 1, 2. We're going to need a lot more. 2, 3, 4. Let's get our bucket of creosote. And put that in the center. Grab our bucket, get another bucket of creosote, and put that back in the center. Alright, so we need 2 more sets of these, and then that should be about it. So, can we use that guy? We certainly can. And there is the 4 water wheel segments. That is the quest. We're going to get 4 steel. Let's go ahead and claim it. And wind power, very basic wooden generators. And then that's going to lead to the stone generators and other things. So iron toolkit was expensive, I believe. So we're going to wait on that as well. Now we could make a water wheel. We don't really need to. We jumped ahead to the solar panels, which are much better. And so we don't have to worry about it. Now what we're going to want to do is let's go ahead and look at this wooden generator. I have a feeling I know what it's going to take, and I believe we can do it. So wooden generator requires some sort of wood, a furnace, easy enough, a block of redstone, and an RF engine, which is another block of redstone and some gold and stuff. So all in all, pretty simple. There's that. We just need the furnace. And it is that easy. So there is the wooden generator. We're going to get another one. And now it wants us to make 2 stone generators. Now this should not be too much more difficult. Let's go ahead and get stone generator. And it's literally more stone plus the RF engines. So we need 2 more RF engines. 1, 2. And then stone. So 1. And we need more stone. Wrong thing. 2. Alright, so there is another quest. We'll get a 3rd stone generator. And then this will lead us to iron generators. So we need 3 iron generators. And I have a feeling that is just going to be the RF engines plus iron. And it is. It does require blocks of iron, but we have plenty of resources. So we need 1, 2, and we're out of redstone. No, we're not. Yes, we are. That's that little issue I talked about. So we can make 1 and 2, and then as soon as we get a little bit more redstone, we can turn those into the quest. So real quick, let's head downstairs. I want to put the steel into the system. So steel, we're going to put steel at this endpoint. And there we go. So now we have steel in the system. That is good. We can set up eventually. I will have maybe right over here. We'll move this stuff because we don't really need the squids all that much. I can just kill them every once in a while and be done with it. If we ever need more squids, we just make a little pool down here and it's fine. So I will probably just completely clean this up. And what we'll probably do is put the immersive engineering stuff in this side. At the very least, we'll put the steel and coal coke production, and then that way we can also automate that. Now there is better ways to make steel. I believe we can make a better blast furnace. Yes, we can make the reinforced blast furnace, which is a lot faster if you give it power. It's a little bit more expensive, but depending on how much steel we need, we might look into that. So just an idea. And that's the biggest thing that we need to kind of look at is what quests we're going to have to do. And this collector quest is what's going to kind of limit us. So it looks like we're going to need cobblestone, sand, more sand, iron, gold, lapis, diamonds, and saplings. Now dirt is the first thing. We need 1 million dirt. That is insane. I wish I knew what that spawned, but it's an unbound, so it might not be anything. So pretty much, I think at this point, let's see, do we have any more redstone? Do we have another redstone block? No, we're completely out of redstone. Are we sifting dust? We are. Slightly. You're not hammering anything. So we're going to take a stack of sand and put it in there. And we're going to take a bit of sand and put it in there. Perfect. So that will give us more dust. I was making gravel. Now we can gravel that into more sand. And then can't we... No, that makes silicon. Okay, never mind. We have to hammer it. So just put that in there. And we'll put the gravel in there. Why not? We can make more gravel pretty easily. It's just cobblestone in there. So a lot of what we need to do is just kind of get more stuff cleaned up down here and start building up systems to do whatever we want. And like I said, for right now, I think this guy is going to stay where he's at. I don't see any reason why we can't have the cactus farm into dirt on the surface. but we might move it down below. We are going to move this farm down below, and a lot of the stuff we're just going to pick up and use as needed. So this guy, all of the, what is this mod? Better than mod stuff, we will move downstairs, but we'll only have the water wheel powering it all. We'll take the windmill out completely. The smeltery will go downstairs, that's easy. That might set with the immersive engineering stuff as well, I don't know yet. But it fills up with sand and then it doesn't work. So it is almost night. Let's go ahead and get the last of the skeletons and let's look at what other quests we're going to have to do. So we need to get the last 2 animals and we need to breed animals and all that fun stuff. So that's something we're going to want. That just gives you half a heart. Technologically stuff, we need to make more Ender IO stuff, but we'll worry about a lot of these quests later. Furnace generators, we need to make those. That's going to give us iron spikes. Now, what does the diamond spikes require? I don't remember. Diamond spikes just require diamonds. Alright. Don't know that we need that, but I think I'd rather have the diamond spikes than just iron spikes. Gold spikes drop experience. Iron spikes just kill. Stone spikes, I believe, also kill, but go very slowly. And then wooden spikes reduce to half a heart. We don't want that. Do we have RF tools? No. Okay. So I don't know that the Enderman will drop anything specific. If they do, we'll get that from diamond spikes, whereas we could probably just use the iron spikes. I don't know that they teleport. Now there is some stuff, if we look up Ender, there should be some stuff that will prevent teleportation. But I don't know if it's in this mod pack, and I don't know. Non-tuple ooh, that is nasty. That's a lot of ender pearls. Ender anchors might do something. Ender watchers. I wish I had descriptions on a lot of this stuff. I kind of want to see. Now we could make mob factories. That is a thing. That would probably do a lot for us, and eventually we probably will make a mob factory for withers and or wither skeletons. I don't know exactly how they work, so I'll have to look into that, but for right now the powered spawner is what we're going to go with, and it will work well enough. Are you a normal skeleton? You are. Ow. And unfortunately, you're a normal skeleton, which means it's a pain to fight you. Alright, let's just make a little bridge up here. And I think the normal skeleton killed himself. He did. Now there is another one way out there, but there's a couple more over here. So let's just kill this guy. And that should be a quest, and it is. Cool, so basic survival, we just got a bunch of stuff. Now we have choices. Now, I don't think we're going to go with any of the food options. The reason being is they're not really good items. So if we look at the quest, we can get loot chests. That is tempting. Footlongs, diamond apples, and emerald apples. Well, let's look at apples. Diamond apples and emerald apples are literally just the same as golden apples, just with diamonds and emeralds instead. Don't know that I really want those, but they are a thing. Footlongs, I don't think we need. That is just a bunch of different food items, but it's not really that great. So we can get better foods easier from ourselves. Now we can also get growth crystals. And that requires iron, dirty glass. That is not bad. Does it have to be orange? No, just any glass. Okay, and soul sand. Compressed bone blocks, that's easy enough. And sea lanterns, which... whoa, he drops a lot of stuff. Because it's Pam's Harvest Craft, all the different fishes he has a chance to drop. That's interesting. But the prismarine we can actually get, we're getting it from sand, so that's not hard to get either. So this is actually pretty easy, so it's not really worth it for one growth crystal. And then the machine frames. So let's take a look at those. And I believe those are basic. Yeah, it's a 10 gear, some glass, and iron. That's easy. So we're taking the loot chests, and then we're going to get some experience. So let's go ahead and... Did it already... Okay, something happened with it. It reset. But I never got this reward. Alright, well that's a bummer. Oh well, we'll probably get it again. If this quest complete keeps showing up though, I am going to do something about that. I will probably just complete it myself. In the admin stuff. And we'll go from that. But it took too long to decide, and obviously the only thing really that's good is the loot chest. So that is what we'll do if we get that quest again. I'm going to be logging out here in a moment, so hopefully that the little quest complete goes away. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Next time we will hopefully have more to do. My plan is to try to get as much of the sand cleared out, as much as the top up here kind of taken care of, and we'll just start working on getting the base nice and neat and figuring out what all we're going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!